93.5 Jukasa Radio. Carla with you, and I have Adrian from Neon Dreams on the line. Hello, Adrian.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Great.
Good. I know Frank's out of the country, so thanks for joining me.
No problem.
So I know Neon Dreams, just that name itself, it always makes me think of like a high energy party. Your music is very uplifting, even when it gets emotional at the same time. What was your intention with that group name?
So when we started out a few years ago, we started throwing around a bunch of names, and we kind of landed on Neon Dreams one day. And it's funny, 'cause we were out on the coast of the ocean, actually, in like the middle of the night, just like trying to get inspiration, and that's where it came from. And exactly what you just said is we wanted people to feel like a high energy, uplifting feeling when they heard the name Neon Dreams, and I feel it like was a good representation of our music.
Right on. So you're from Halifax. Shout out to Halifax. It's beautiful out there. How did you and Frank connect? Was it in Halifax?
It was in Halifax. It's funny because we're both from Halifax, but we connected on YouTube of all places.
No way.
I was grade 10, I think. I put this one drum cover video on YouTube that ended up getting 1 million hits, and someone had sent it to him, and the band he was playing in at the time needed a drummer last minute for a show, and I guess a friend sort of connected us who knew both of us, and he had found me on YouTube. So the power of if that's not the most millennial band story I've ever heard of. I don't know.
The internet, I mean, these days you can connect with almost anyone. Like anything that you ever need possible is on the internet. So it's kind of like fate that you guys connected that way. That's cool.
Totally. It was like I did my band tryout with a video I didn't even know I was doing my band tryout with.
So you ended up working with Warner Music Canada now. When was that first moment that you were like, okay, all my work, it's finally getting noticed. We're both doing something right?
I think that moment for me was when I first started hearing one of our songs on the radio, and that's when I was working like a minimum wage job, and I was like, you know what, I got to go all in. I got to take any money I've saved right now and live off that until I figure out how to make money off music, because that's when I first heard her song on the radio, and then I was like, okay, here it is. This is my shot. I have to take it right now, or else I don't know if I'm ever going to get to it ever again.
Were you scared for that moment where you kind of like knew that you had to risk it all?
Absolutely. 100%. And there's been moments where I've been scared even after that. But honestly, it's like the music industry is a lot of hard work, but it's very rewarding. I can't imagine doing anything else.
Good thing that you keep on going and that you guys are so successful right now with each other and doing music. What do you feel has been the hardest part of your career so far and the best part?
The hardest part of our career so far? I think we got into a little bit of a musical funk at one point, and I think getting out of it was really hard. And once we got out of it, everything started to click again. I think artists have their highs and their lows, and we definitely had a moment where we just weren't clicking in the way that we always did when we started. But then it's weird. It's like those moments can happen, and all of a sudden it was, especially with this new album, it was just like a big rush of everything was clicking artistically for us. So I think it's the artistic highs and lows are like the hardest moments for me, and I'd say like the best moments is just being on stage. Like there's nothing, at least for myself, that makes me more passionate about doing this is the live show for me.
It's probably like a huge party for you too, especially with just like the elements of your music. It's so upbeat. The crowd is probably lit. You're lit. So I can only imagine how crazy a show would be. Now, okay, can we talk about your single, High School Dropout? I love that single, but I kind of wanted to know the story behind it. Was it a way of kind of saying screw you to the people who maybe didn't believe in you?
Yeah, I think it's a bit of that. Frank wrote that song, so the story behind that song is Frank made this post about how like he basically was saying I've been able to live out my dreams and I've been able to do the things I wanted to do, and I was just barely pushed through high school. He had failing marks, but they ended up pushing him through anyways. And then he dropped out of college after being there for a few months, and I think his point, like what he wanted to get across there was, it's like nobody can like weigh in on how you get your success. Like some people are book smart, some people are street smart, some people are like just business smart and aren't necessarily book smart. So I think he basically, the point he wanted to get across with those lyrics is like, just be you. You're going to find success in whatever it is that is you. You can't let a grade basically put a stamp on you to say like you're going to be successful or you're going to be unsuccessful based off of like a grade. And I think that was something that he really wanted to get out there, because there's a lot of people that struggle with things like just like traditional school format and stuff like that. And
Right.
we never ever wanted to message out there of like drop out of high school. It's not that. It's just that you can still get success as long as you put your mind in the right places.
Yeah, and I feel like when you look at people in general who are in different parts of the industry, whether they're the artist or doing fashion, or you name it, everybody comes from such a different walk of life that nobody has the same path, and you just kind of grow from that journey.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was just about inspiring people. People to take away from that song is to feel inspired to go chase what they want in life.
So what motivates you, do you think, with the highs and the lows?
I think, honestly, the lows motivate us and the highs motivate us in almost the same but different ways, because we're always trying to build our group to be bigger than it already is, and try to get as many people to hear our music. But that's because we really want people to go and be unapologetically themselves and to go and chase after the things that they want in life, because a lot of growing up and becoming an adult or just going through life is a lot of confusion of like, do I really want this? And like, what do I want? We want people to feel like they go after the things that they want in life.
And that's the only way to live a best life. So, okay, your music, it instantly gets stuck in my head for the first time that I ever listened to a single. I already have the chorus in my head. So let's talk about your newest single, About You. It's on another level, like the production, the instrumental, the vocals, everything. Can I get any details about who the track is about also?
You're going to have to ask Frank that one. I'm going to have to get him to call back to tell you who it's about. I mean, technically, yeah. It's called About You because, the lyrics really represent, like, personal growth. And so Frank wrote this poem about a leaf falling off of a tree. But, like, visually, like, a leaf falling off a tree kind of, like, represents the death of something. But really, it's like a tree grows. When it sheds its leaves, it's actually growing. It's not necessarily dying. It's shedding something from itself to be able to grow. And that song really comes together as that poem for him about that as a whole. But the really cool thing about that song is that song was completely written and produced by ourselves. There's another producer on it, his name's Corey LaRue, but he was originally in the group about 3 years ago, but he stepped away to produce. But a lot of the times we work with other producers, and sometimes we co-write with other writers. And that song was one of the first songs we did almost in like a year or two, where we didn't reach out to any other co-writers or any producers, just did it all naturally ourselves in the studio. And for us, that's like a really proud moment, because we haven't done that in so long, and because we were trying to explore creatively in all these different ways. And this track just came together on our own without the help of anyone else. So we were really proud of that with that track. Really excited of how well it's doing out there in the world right now.
Yeah, it's beautiful, especially when you were talking about the leaves on the tree. So with that experience of both of you really working on this song together, do you find that it helps too? Because then you're not so influenced by everybody else pulling you in maybe different directions of how you should do the song, how you should write the song.
Yeah, and another thing is we locked ourselves up in a cabin for 3 days, and
Nice.
That's one of the songs that came out of that. So there was like no influence of the outside world even. Like we were on this mission of like a 3-day mission of like, let's write the best possible music we can. And that song came out of it, and it really was about not taking influence from anything, really. It was an amazing experience just to be able to go clear-headed in this cabin in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowheres, and just do nothing but music. So, we are super proud of the fact that we just did that on our own and we didn't take influence from anywhere else. But even when we work with co-writers and other producers, we're very protective about our sound. Like sometimes if a song doesn't fit into the sound because it was influenced some way in a session, maybe by another writer or another producer, we might not choose to go with that song and make it revisited down the road. But that one there was like 100% just us.
It's definitely working because that song, it's fire. So what do you want people to take away from listening to About You?
That's a big Frank question because he wrote those lyrics. But for me, that song is just like I was saying about the poetry to the lyrics about a leaf falling off of a tree. I think that's like almost a representation of like just because you think that there's something negative going on in your life or there's some sort of burden going on in your life, eventually that'll shed away, and it's meant to help build your growth.
I love that. All right, so let everybody know where they can find this new single and future releases.
You can go find this single on our Instagram at Neon Dreams. You can go find it on Spotify on our page Neon Dreams, Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon Music, wherever you go get your music. You can say, "Well, hey Alexa, play About You by Neon Dreams." It'll come on, so you can find it wherever.
Alexa's the best. What is next for Neon Dreams? What can we expect?
We got a full album coming.
Woo! Finally.
So, it's been about well, I mean, we've done EPs in the past.
Mm-hmm.
One full album we did a long time ago, but it's a little bit harder to find. Well, we have this. I guess this will be our first full-length album.
It's definitely something to look forward to.
Totally.
Do you know around when we can expect it, or?
I'm pretty sure end of July.
Looking forward to it. All right, you heard it from Adrian of Neon Dreams. Again, thank you for speaking with me today. Is there any last words that you would like to say?
You guys are in Six Nations, right?
Yeah, we are.
I've been to Six Nations a long time ago. It was absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I just want to say hi to everybody that's in Six Nations.
Awesome. Thank you so much again for taking the time to do this interview.
Thank you so much for having me. Have a good one, Carla. Bye.